for last 50 years, as you know, most of Indian immigrants, physicians started migrating to USA after 1965 when the Medicare Act was enacted, and a lot of us came. Some people came in late 60s, some in 70s, 80s, 90s is moving up. And as we know, we all have to adopt American way of life. So one of the things which started changing compared to where when we were growing up in India, we used to eat fresh fruits, vegetables, walk every day, and we had a mami ka khana din mein 3 baar, which was freshly prepared with everything was organic that time. Most of us did not have a refrigerator or microwave, and not much TV influence. So as we started adapting American life, we started being forced to start using the I call processed food, and our I call epigenetics started changing. And what I mean by epigenetics are the our own genes, they start having different expression. And what happened over last 50 years, which is now what we call epidemics of major 4 chronic condition: diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, heart attacks, and cancer, which was not that much prevalent while we are growing up in India. It started happening. The reason being, we became used to the cars, not walking every day on the grass, not drinking a lot of water. So suddenly we have an increased prevalence of diabetes, obesity, early heart attack, and cancers. Especially surprisingly, what I have noticed is increased prevalence of prostate cancer among Indian people at younger age compared to Caucasians. And same thing we started noticing early development of colon cancer, and that has to be related to the our lifestyle change and dietary change. Although breast cancer, cervical cancer we are diagnosed early because of the facilities, but these two things in my opinion have lot to do with our lifestyle changes. And if our patients don't get early detection, I think we are going to pay the price. And uh, being a cardiologist, what I have noticed in last 45 years is significantly increased prevalence of heart disease. But more so scary is compared to Caucasian, we have early first heart attack and then death. And the reason being, we don't complain as much as, and our first heart attack can be fatal because we tend to develop more ventricular fibrillation compared to Caucasian. And awareness is building up, but we need to go longer way. Another major thing which I am concerned is about increased problem among our Asian population with mental health disorder. And the reason being, we face a lot of stress, different countries, different culture, lot of pressure for jobs for our computer guys. Nobody has one job like what we used to have back home. People have to change minimum 6 jobs in their lifespan. So every time they change, new environment, new pressure, new structure. So I think these are the markers for them. Another big factor for them is we Indians and South Asian trying to push our children to the limit. So we try to send them to private school more, to the best institute like Harvard, Columbia, and that put pressure not only on themselves to make more money, but also put pressure on the children because they have to be the best, because that is something we try to have our children be academically great, financially great. But in my opinion, let children be what they want to be rather than what we want them to be. And that is something because something what I've noticed, and I see a lot of young Indian parents come to us with a heart attack, hypertension, insomnia. The reason being they all are social determined causes of different country which we are in. So I think we need to go back to our roots and combine East and West. Where we were in the India, we used to have Sandhya Aarti, we'll have Kaka, Mama, Chacha, Chachi, everybody meeting lot time, more time than here. We are becoming a nuclear family, and that has lot to do with chronic diseases and stress. So my humble request to a lot of my patients has been, what I call 5-4-3-2-1-0 concept. What does it mean by that? You eat 5 fruits and vegetables raw, organically grown every day, so it increases your immunity, antioxidant release by from your mouth. 4 times one should drink water, at least 2.5 to 3 liters, boiled, cooled, and added with little lime. So that way you don't get dehydrated. Intracellular dehydration is biggest problem for we elderly, because the recent data also shows that intracellular dehydration causes more cortisol level up, and that causes more stress. 3 stand for 3 servings of low carbohydrate, high protein and moderate fat diet, which is important. 2 stand for 2 hours of maximum non job related, non education related social media, because negative influence create lot of negative vibration, lot of cortisol release, lot of norepinephrine release, which are not good for us. 1 hour of mandatory walking with your loved one, 7,000 steps minimum per day, with possible on the grass, because you can get a real earth connection. And
The grass with
grass
no shoes, no
with your
shoes,
no shoes, you're
no,
absolutely right. And
naked land.
hopefully it is organically served fertilizers, because chemicals are the negative for all of us. So this is something, togetherness, walking with your loved one. It can be spouse, it can be grandchildren, it can be even play is considered in that. So as long as you give me 7,000 steps, you'll be fine. All cardiovascular researchers agree with that. 7,000
So
steps
you
is
said
important.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And 0.
So 5 is 5 types of fruits or 5 times fruit?
5 different fruits of different color
Every day?
Every day. There are a lot of them, like berries are good, antioxidants are there.
And what the quantity should be?
At least 1 fruit of whatever medium sized fruit, like apple,
Okay.
guava, whatever you like, but make sure you have
5 fruits.
5 different colors. Even carrots
Seasonal.
are fine with that, fruits and vegetables.
They're not seasonal, right? Seasonal fruit.
Yes, absolutely, and organically grown in your own area.
Grown, seasonally, 5 kinds of fruits, 5
or vegetables combined.
Fruits and vegetables combined.
That's right. And
Okay.
so next, coming back to 1 hour, where I strongly suggest pranayam, is because it is like when you take a deep breath and hold your breath, what you are doing, you are moving your stomach out, you are turning your head back, and for 90 seconds you are inhaling. So inhalation create lot of positive energy, and when you exhale, your stomach should go all the way back, and that increase your lung capacity. It removes your free radical.
And so one or two.
I would say strongly suggest at least to 10 to 15 minutes per day. You should combine the breathing activities, what we call pranayam in our Indian.
Can you show one time how the pranayam works?
You know that what how it works with pranayam.
You breathe in and
breathe in, hold it, turn your head back, breathe out, stomach should and touch the spine back. Okay. And the explanation which I give to my medical student, by doing that, once you hold your breath, you are improving your parasympathetic tone, and once you have parasympathetic tone increase, your heart rate decreases, your cortisol decreases, your endorphin level goes up, your norepinephrine level goes down. So these are all scientifically proven. Your heart rate goes down. So I think these are all very important scientifically to make you relax, and they work. And when you close your eyes and connect with your loved one, you are in what we call in the zero state, where you are having the highest level of alpha and theta waves. So it's scientifically known. It creates the energy. And zero stands for no tolerance for drugs, alcohol, which are detrimental to us. There are a lot of data coming out with lifestyle medicine. The alcohol
so drugs
is bad.
Means you mean tobacco products.
Tobacco products, alcohol, okay. And synthetic drugs, which a lot of American kids, including Indian kids, they use fentanyls, amphetamines, which are all for their process improvement. They feel that, oh, I'm going to feel better, my product will improve, but they are not. And last, most important is social connection and sleep. So what I call social connection is when you are with people, you are always going to express your emotion, and emotions are energy in motion. When you are connect with good people, you are going to feel good vibes, and you are not going to have what you call early dementia, because when you talk in conversation, like what we call bhajan, Babaji's bhajan sandhya, which my guru taught us. So somebody sings, you repeat, so you're going to have memory improvement. So called cognitive skill improvement, like what you and I talked about. Dr. Ishan Sivanand, he's
Right.
teaching this course. So it's very important, years old, more than 4,000 years we have been doing this. So it's very important, and we have to do some clinical research to show Ishan Sivanand's impact on the entire world. We call Garbha Samskar se Antim Yatra, which his father taught me, Dr. Udut Sivanand, about everything start from conception to end of the life is a good nutrition, good respect, and expression of gratitude to your new life which is going to come in, and who's the person who's going to bring that baby to the world. So we need to respect the woman's health, daughter-in-law's health, wife's health, sister's health. This all are going to bring the new person. And like Abhimanyu's story, now we have a lot of phytology science which says the child can understand, which we don't understand. So a lot of good things are going to happen. So then we call about, we have to take care of our elders, because now you look at me and Nita, my wife, who has inspired me to become more spiritually active and give back to society, is being together and give back to your society, which is America and India, time, talent, and treasure sharing. So when you share your thoughts, your experience, people will have less likelihood of getting solitary syndrome, what we call when nobody is there. So when we get together socially, like what we used to do in Sandhya Aarti in India or temple, now we try to find a reason to celebrate birthday party, respecting, like yesterday you were there with me for my uncle's 80th birthday. He's amazing, amazing person, Dr. Rasha. So he has given more to a lot of people in this country and India. So I think these are kind of stories which we can share. And our response is for people above age 70 in America who are staying alone and they need company. So if you bring that back as a physician, that's the treatment, what you call societal connections. And there's a lot of data to show that people who are surrounded by friends and family, do karaoke, singing, doing the yoga, tai chi together, they tend to live longer and they don't get what you call girdle weakness. Because if you do push-ups by age 60 and muscle strength, muscle building exercise, you are going to live. And now, as you know, Lalitji, now with the new medicine, new awareness, whether in India or here, most of us going to live beyond 90. I'm 70 and I'm still fit. I travel at 18,000 steps high. Yes, I cannot drive much. I cannot because of my neck issue. A lot of other things which can do, but my mind works. And that's why you have to respect your body, what you can do, what you cannot do, but be active in your capacity. Yeah, I may not be able to play tennis or golf now because of my neck issue, but you have to adapt. You have to be active. Once you give back to society unconditionally, you are going to be motivated, your cognitive skills will improve, and it will be important. And last thing which I want to mention for our youth is the sleep. Sleep is the most important aspect of your well-being. And health doesn't mean physical disease, right? How you feel is well-being. So rather than calling mental health disorder, the new terminology we use is wellness and resilience training, what Ishan is teaching. So for that, most important aspect is sound 7 hours of sleep. Preferably you go to sleep by 10:30 and get up around 7 o'clock or 6:30 and do all your activities. You are going to be more productive. And the reason being, we know the biological clock, and our rishis have taught this for many years, which called Eastern medicine, which Sushruta, as you know, recently everywhere people are in, you know respecting Rishi Sushrut, who was you can say the world's first plastic surgeon, who started developing the tools, and Charak Rishi started teaching us the medicine. So they always mention the sleep is very important, ahar, vichar, and the expression. So when you combine the food and go to sleep at 10:30, you create new cells, and if you create new cells at faster speed than the sick cell, you will be always feeling healthy. And as you all know, that there are three kinds of cells in the body: RBC, WBC, and platelet. And we all are alive because of oxygen, which is carried by RBC. And think about, we all RBC die suddenly, then we have no oxygen carrying capacity, and we all can perish or we can have anoxia. So what has happened for the years, and so whoever we call it God, and you trust in him, that is a creation of every inhalation new life, and every exhalation is a transformation. And the explanation in medical science is apoptosis, because apoptosis is a cellular programmed cellular death which happen every second. So programmed cells of RBC die every second. So if we create the new RBC at faster rate, in my opinion, you're going to be fatter. But take my words, a lot of my patients who have done cardiac rehab and integrated healthcare, they feel better because they express their gratitude to their spouse, their loved ones, their team at work, and they do the deep breathing exercise. And we call Sivanand rule, along with the good sleep, 90 seconds, which Ishan's father taught us, that anytime you try to have negative thoughts or somebody gets you angry, don't answer for 90 seconds. It's not my action are going to hurt you, it's your reaction toward what I said is going to hurt you. And these are Avadhut Shivanand teaching. Very simple. Shiv Yoga is ancient, million years, thousand to million years
90
old.
seconds rule.
90 seconds, you do not react. Anything which is not good for you, we cannot change anybody. We have to change ourselves. And this is what I share with my student. Don't get angry. Anger is negative emotion for you, and you cannot force everybody to love you or respect you, and that's their judgment. We cannot disagree with them. Let them do what they want. You stop being reacting and you control. I call sthit pragna. That means your mind is still in every position. You are going to make an impact. Your heart rate, blood pressure, cortisol, all will be controlled. And that is what our ancient science is teaching. And as you and I talked previous time, that allopathy is absolutely great for acute care diseases. But when it comes to chronic care diseases, I think we have a lot to learn from Eastern medicine, which can be Indian, Sivyo, Ayush, Chinese, Iranian, whatever you call Ayush. I think there's a lot we have to integrate, and that's the new science in America, which is being promoted heavily. Is board certification that is called Integrated Healthcare Board, ABOIM. And also they expect everyone to join. They don't have to be doctor, but they can be naturopathy doctor, they can be musical expert, because everything is studied very well with what you call tissue frequency and cellular frequency. There's a new science coming up, like what we talk about microbiome science. So I think in next 10 years, my feeling is precision medicine will be so helpful. So if Lalit Jha wants certain medicine, it will not be same as Bindukumar Kansupada needs, because it will be made according to your body, according to which will work, and lot of AI will help. So I think AI is going to make lot of impact if you use correctly. And AI words is not artificial intelligence, is augmented intelligence. So we want to augment the intelligence of Lalit Jha. This will make the world better place to live. So I do believe we have to accept everything which is coming up very fast for the medical field. And what we are doing with the Wheels Global Foundation, which is Pan IIT non-profit arm, we want to reach the last mile in India, so every villagers can get a benefit. And we are a lot of people who want to give time, talent and treasure back. As you have met all my leaders, Ratan Agarwal, Dr. Rasha, Pradeep Kapoor, our goal is to give back everything back to country who gave us free education. So that is we obviously have to give first to the country who made us prosper and happier, which is my country, USA. But we need to pay back the what we call Runanubandh to both the countries, and we must be active in this country. We must create the scholarship for African American people who are less privileged than us, and we should use the technology enabled solution for entire world. Where I just want to mention somebody who has inspired me a lot is one of the biggest philanthropists, Manubhai Shah. He is California based and he is the largest granite supplier of the world. He has developed the application called My Health.Happiness, and it is free for entire world. It is in multiple languages. It is physician assistant and also is a assistant for the women who can ask any question in their own language. So I think there are a lot of people want to come forward.
Where
and
is he based? California?
He is based in Los Angeles, Orange County, and you can look upon his name. His company is MSI. He is the largest supporter and very great innovator. He has started with a supporting, as you know, Srimad Rajchandra Foundation and Satya Sai Foundation. He is supporting them with developing the urgent care center for the villages, where they have a digital X-ray being taken, digital leakage is done, and the labor room he has created. So people from the villages don't have to go to tertiary care center. And with Dr. Shah's application, My Smart Care Portal Doc, and Ishan Sivanand and Neeraj Peak Mind, we are trying to integrate all this technology for benefiting the world. One of my colleagues who is an amazing breast surgeon in Florida, uh, Dr. Shaneen, she is trying to get a breast cancer awareness with the Aga Khan UN, and they are developing protocols. So I think a lot of people are together to make this world better place to live. And the most important is giving the awareness at point of care for everybody. What should they have? Like what you know, with our government has done such a good job. Like if Lalitza, for your age, assuming you're 50, what should you have? So once you write the write command on this or application for Manubhai, it will tell you exactly what are your preventive healthcare you should have. So I think once we do invest in preventive healthcare, we will have early detection. I think we need to. America has it because one thing you know that we have free annual visit and free and uh, for Medicare people, their first visit free, and every year it is free, and same thing for commercial. Modi ji is trying to do the world largest insurance, which is already there, Ayushman Bharat Yojana. But also, a lot of people are not aware there is Arogya Mandir and Jan Ayush this Kendra. So I think we have the best structure, but it's not known to every citizen of India. So what Wheels and what we are doing with Aravalli, Ropar, and lot of places where we are working, Meghalaya, Madhya Pradesh. So we are trying to get an awareness, and Manubhai and I are developing uh, the database for all 187,000 Arogya Mandir, which was in old time it was called primary health center and secondary health center. Tertiary health center we always knew. But one of the problem with Arogya Bharat Yojana is unnecessary admission, because unless you get admitted, you don't get a service. So a lot of villagers try to get admitted. It is cost prohibitive, in my opinion. Uh, but Arogya Mandir is a diagnostic ability in every. There are 187,000 of them. Like where we are working in Aravalli, we have 222,000. The collector is so nice to us, and the new topper district development officer, she's working with us. So we are trying to work with our Ashawadi worker, Angarwadi worker, with the application for data mining with Dr. Shah's application, what called My Smart Care Doc. We are trying to get the data together. We have at Samlaji College, we have 450 nurses. Dr. Mahida is amazing teacher. So we are trying to get AI based nursing teaching. We have a data center there. We also have a computer center there. So we are trying to have a villagers which are scheduled caste and scheduled tribe to learn computers so they can be employed. So I think our goal as Wheels is very powerful to give back to the country, and without the technology we cannot do. But one thing which I will tell you with my experience in India, that 30% of our IS officer come from the best school IIT, and once we as a doctors work with all the leaders, entrepreneurs from Silicon Valley, work together, I think in the next 5 years you are going to have a tremendous impact. It's sabka saath, sabka vikas, and it is needed, because ultimately most of us don't know why we took birth as. So as a why I become doctor, so I can share our knowledge which we have gathered in America to the people who don't have it, to make it cost effective. And what is America is because liability issue is too expensive. In our culture, we are socially connected, so we can control that liability factor, and seva bhav comes up. I think it will be amazing. And as you know, my medical society, Consider Medical Society, is one of the third largest society, financially stable, and I'm fortunate that they have given me opportunity for last 45 years to be part of them, be one of the leader to give back society. So we do a lot of work to help our, I call the constituents and the doctors, and we are glad that they recognize us for our activity, for Wheels activity, Srimad Rajchandra activity, Satya Sai Foundation activity, and our activity what we do in America to bring back. One of the program which we started is to get awareness for the food as a medicine and lifestyle medicine, which we started what we call Agilent program for the young student. One of my friend Dr. Vikas Khurana from Scranton. He's a Wharton graduate gastroenterologist. So we are working with him and his daughter, who is a medical student, for cost of $125. We are trying to get awareness in Pennsylvania for every student what is good and what is bad, and they're picture format. So these kids, I'm telling you, they're mind-boggling and they're amazing and they want to give back. So I'm so proud of these people who want to start giving back at young age. So for student, my message to them: you have amazing talent. Start sharing your talent. If you have little time, share it. People of my age, I think we have all time, talent, treasure. We must give back to this universe. Sun gives you light and life, doesn't ask anything in return. Why we humans should expect every time something from everyone? Love should be unconditional. So life is to join the God mission. So every person is blessed and they have less what you call unhappiness movement in their life, and health is one of them. So how to make people healthier and happier, is that the purpose of Wills Global Foundation. And as you know, the Wills stand for water, health, education, energy, livelihood and sustainability. And in next 5 years, you're going to see a lot of our activities, which right now we are doing a lot of activities in India, but with our youth, you're going to see a lot of activities being done in America. As you know, the last week we had Srimad Rajchandra Foundation, one of the big proponent, Rakesh Zavariji, he was here, and he's amazing influencer for the youth, not to use drugs, what we talked about. We had a lot of youth who were born in America. They are influenced for being nicer to the fellow citizen all over the world. So that influence amazing. Madhusudan Sai, you met him. He was here. He's doing the same thing with One World, One Foundation. Sunil Gavaskar will be here on 23rd to promote all these good activities, and therefore entire world, because we are not just Bharat or Aryavat. We are for promoter of good feeling among entire world. We all are one world, one family. So I think time is changing. As Tom Friedman said, one world is flat. We must stay connected with technology. And the power what you guys have is more than us, because you can share vision of the doctors, of the yogis, of the technologists like Elon Musk or Sundar Pichai or Arjun Malhotra, who Arjun Malhotra is one of the big supporter of Wills Foundation. He's amazing. So you have a lot of people who have brought the happiness to us, and you need to integrate. My guru Ishan Sivanand, now he started the Compassion Unite, which is amazing new concept, and he's working with one of the pastor of White House, who is my good friend, and Rahul Gupta. So I think new thoughts are coming up with a new generation. Ishan is only 37, and I think he has made more impact than most of we doctors combined, because he can connect with the people who are of his age group, and he understands the culture and problem of youth. Whereas we doctors say, no, it's all in your head, which is not true, because
Right.
mental health is a real issue, because behavioral health can surrounding issue. So my message to youth, if you can avoid the I call the stale food, cook yourself, fresh fruits, vegetable, and express your gratitude to your loved one every day. And telling your spouse 3 times a day, honey, I love you, you'll create so much positive vibration. Calling your grandson, say, hey Zain, I love you. Olivia, you made my life. And these are my two beautiful grandchildren who have inspired me to live longer. And I think there are a lot of impetus for all of us, a lot of stimulation for us to give back to world.